Hello everybody, this is Mario Ranchi, brand strategist and founder of Manufacture, and today we're going to talk about bad client calls. And as you can see in the title of the video, you know, why are we even going to be talking about something like that? Shouldn't we just be talking about, my success in my businesses? Why should I even look why should I even record and look past things that have failed, or that we weren't able to get, jobs we weren't able to get? Well, here's the thing, it's a learning experience at the end of it all. I hope by showing you this compilation of clips about us talking before a meeting, then we're us during the meeting, how we talk to the client, and you can pick up on certain things, that what we did wrong, maybe what we did after the meeting to actually figure out what we were doing wrong, you know but some things aren't out of our control. I honestly did not think this was going to be a bad client call. I prefaced everything I had done and did my best to do a professional onboarding process, as I always do. But in this case, it just wasn't possible. So yeah, this is the stuff you really don't see. This is the stuff you really don't see. This is when an agency is just beginning, they don't have much reputation, and this is what happens. Since you're not well known, it's just like people are going to think of you as either an order taker, or someone can just do this for $5 for me. And obviously that's not how we want it to be portrayed at. So it took us into an insight on how could we ourselves improve our own brand, and that is much more valuable insight than any, pitiful thing like, oh, I felt rejection, or oh, I feel bad now. I hope by seeing this, really, I hope by seeing this, that you see that this isn't as bad, and that if you are to have a difficult client call, this is something you can survive. This is something that doesn't, paralyze you for the rest of your life, This is just parts of failures. This is the reality of what a failure looks like. And I want you to see it point blank and simple. So without further ado, here we go. Alright, so full meeting structure is introduction, time box, agenda, and topics with goals. Preface each topic with goals, and ask clarifying questions. And then at the very end, we ask, for the close or the proposal or whatever it is that we're going to be going for. If we see that she's a good match, good fit. So for the introduction, again, just who's who in the room, talking about what is, who are they, so obviously you're going to introduce yourself, I'm going to introduce myself, she's going to introduce herself, so we all know who's who, in the room. We don't need to, we won't know whose name is not, so we actually have understanding on each side's, like, so we don't, it's like, who's your name, or who is that again? Yeah, but I would say this is more important for like bigger things, but like it's still important overall because we just need to know, who we're talking to. So time box, basically here we say, we got like 10 minutes, 20 minutes to go over, this meeting could run for 10 to 20 minutes. Is this something we're gonna do, is this enough time for you? Just to, time box it so we have a set idea of when the meeting is going to end, so we don't drag it on. That's very important. Agenda, this is the most important part, I believe, is what do we want to get out of the call. So after all this introduction and asking about the time, we go for the agenda, and we're like, okay, what do you need to get out of the call? What do you need to get out of the call? Yeah, talking to the client. And what do they need to get out of the call? And yeah, and prioritize things. So, obviously we're going to talk about the budget, info on the project, do they have a business plan, prototype, and what are you looking for in a partner? Even though we can just execute, we can do strategy, we can do all this stuff, what do you want in a partner? Do you want us to be here 24/7 for you? Do you want, I don't know, constant contact? Yeah, hands off. Yeah, exactly. Hands off. Yeah. Obviously, there are different ways of managing clients, and it will be tailored to her own personality and whatnot. you know. So
Right.
okay, so then each time we're talking about a topic, we want to focus on the goal. So when I talk about budget, I'm talking about the amount of money that's going to be needed to do the project. You know, the actual amount. Because we can't go forward without knowing that she actually has willing to do like a budget, and for what is the scope of the project, and then info on the project, like
Right.
what does she actually want? Does she actually have a prototype? Does she actually have a thing? And does she have customers now? Does she not have customers? You know.
Right. Like, does she have a pool that we can access to market?
Yes,
Like, does
exactly.
she
Yeah.
build it? Does she not?
So I think the first thing we can discuss is I always am always wondering, like, do I talk about budget first or second?
Well, what instead of we can finesse the budget. So I say we establish we'll establish the it's kind of like you when you buy something you know you can afford, but you're so enamored with it that you finally
Mm,
can afford it,
okay.
kind of thing.
Okay.
So
Minimum level.
I say we build value. So we go through the process of answering all those questions, and then after we'll finesse it in. We'll say something. So how much are you planning to are you or how much are you planning to allot, right?
Okay, so we first really need to find out about her before we talk about budget. Is that what you're saying?
Right, and I'm pretty
Good.
sure we'll get a even better idea of the kind of budget that she has the more we
Mm,
go through,
yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
if she doesn't have a product pool or anything, or she's just barely, is she still in ideation, right? Like in terms of her business, is she still in the business planning? Is she still in ideation? And if so, does she have funding to get through that and actually work with someone like us, or not, right? So all those questions will be answered once we get through
Okay.
them.
So that's good.
Yeah,
So we'll probably leave that for almost second to last or something.
almost second to last, and then yeah.
Okay. So yeah, do you have a business plan, info on the project? Do you have a prototype? What are you looking for in a partner? And then we go for the budget. Okay, that seems pretty good. And obviously, in these things, you're going to try to go deeper in them. With a business plan, it's like, do you have customers? If you have customers, what more would customers would like more of? Why do they buy your stuff? Why did they buy your app? Do you have sales funnels working? Do you have a website? Do you have these things, these marketing channels, sales funnels, marketing channels, whatever it may be, to sell your item? That's very important.
Right, and that's something that we're for sure gonna unlock and uncover with that pre-core that you kind of put into the agenda. Um, yeah, and so we'll just it's just really right now it's just peeling the layers of the onion and seeing if it's a good fit at all. And yeah, that's the kind of mindset we have to go into it, because if we go into it thinking that it's a score for in terms of like money and stuff, we're gonna be
Mm-hmm.
disappointed. For whatever outcome it is, even if it's a good outcome, we're still gonna be disappointed.
That's
So
true.
we just go in there thinking. I learned that in that cold calling book. We just go in there thinking that instead of trying to make a sale, you're just trying to see if you're a good fit in general, right? That's something good. Also, what Christo, the stop selling, start closing kind of thing.
Yeah.
The ideology is true, right? Like, we're
Okay.
understanding.
We're good in the meetings. Okay, good. Okay. So anytime that there's a topic that is going to concern you, like, oh, I need a website, you jump in and you talk about that, because I don't know shit about websites. Okay. Um,
That's fine.
yes, yeah, or marketing, or the sales funnels. I know very few things about that. All I know is there's just a process in a sales funnel. That's all I know. I don't know the itty bitty
Yeah.
details.
There's itty bitty details, but the overview of just the normal funnel, and
Okay.
whether it's HubSpot or whatever, is just three things: just awareness, right, decision, and then action, right. So awareness, they're aware of a problem, so they go searching, and this is kind of and so decision is when they're trying to make a decision, which is they've already gathered a pool of resources or solutions that they're going to go with, and then action is how are you going to stand out from the pool that you're in. And so that's kind of how I like to break it down. um, Inbound has like 5 steps in it. I think 2 of those steps really belong in just the parent step that it was before, that kind of thing. I think it's a lot easier to break it down into a thing. And I'm actually gonna try to beg my wife for $400 or $500 to go through. I am.
Really?
I will. I'll be like, I will do something. I will rack myself. I don't know. I will do something to get this certification because it's a value optimization specialist certification from Digital Marketer, and Digital Marketer is really starting to become the lead in terms of online education for marketing, and or I might get a nano degree from Udacity in digital marketing and do that. So I don't know, but always continuing education. You always got to educate yourself. And there's premium resources and there's free resources. I feel like I've exhausted a lot of my free resources, so I'm gonna hit the more premium.
That's when you know you've been hitting it hard. When all your YouTube drugs are gone.
Yeah, all my YouTube drugs.
I already watched this already. Give me another.
I know this.